Welcome to another FlagrantWeeaboo stream. Oh boy! I would have Chrome open, but apparently, as of today, Chrome has decided it wants to take 100% of the RAM, despite not needing 100% of the RAM. So I'm not going to have Chrome open. I've got the second monitor. I've got XSplit open. I already see that there's a space missing between the colon and Bloodstone. There we go. Just drag that ever so slightly. Okay, and then we'll just boot up Bloodstone. What volume level did I have Bloodstone at? It was around 4. I did get Cyberpunk on PC. It's all raring to go, but I just want to finish James Bond first, so it's out of the way. So let's get back to Bloodstone. The console versions are pre-alpha. Why does that not say roar? Why does that not surprise me? Of course consoles are going to get the short end of the stick. Wasn't it consoles that caused the delay in the first place? I bet the game runs like crap on the Xbox One and the PS4, like the early models. Let's move that mouse cursor. Why is it capturing mouse cursor? I want to know. Why is that something as standard? Come on, XSplit. Okay. Last time, subtitles disabled themselves. Okay, they're on. I think we got like 5 levels to go, if that. Let's finish it this morning / afternoon. I guess it's afternoon now here. And then follow it up with...
Get that body to the morgue and find me the other driver.
Yeah. Here we are. Spawn wakes up. Oh, a man tore through Hong Kong. We saw this last time. Okay.
There's still no sign of the second driver.
How's everyone doing? Merry Christmas. And see if anybody saw anything. I'm almost feeling Christmassy, you know? 2 weeks. Basically 2 weeks. Not long now. Be the first time I felt Christmassy this whole year.
An old friend of yours called Silk. He owns a club not far from you. I'm marking the location on your smartphone now.
I'm enjoying the heck out of this game. It's such a shame this never got a sequel or a remaster or a re-release. Because it deserves it. No, for what it's worth, I enjoyed Splinter Cell Conviction a lot more than I probably should. The worst part of Splinter Cell Conviction was the levels that forced you to use stealth. I liked that I could just go in guns blazing as well. I had the option in Conviction. But when they forced me to be stealthy, like, if you get seen, mission failed, I hated that. Conviction is still a really good-looking game for when it came out. Did Conviction come to PC? Oh, man. Maybe I should play through that. I do remember enjoying what little bit of it I played on Xbox 360. Oh, it was Unreal Engine. I guess I never made that connection. This isn't, though. This is running on the same engine that powered the club. Which I guess was a handmade engine. No, I'm not. All geared up for Cyberpunk? Yep, I'm ready. I think Steam had... No, Steam didn't have the update automatically. I think I actually had to... No. No, it was unpacking last night, not downloading. So I guess the Steam version launched with the update, which was pretty neat. I'm ready to play the heck out of that. We'll see if it's any good. Jim was on the Discord saying that he wasn't much of a fan of it. That can sometimes happen with games that have been in development for so long, especially if they're overhyped. I'll play it and I'll give it a fair shot and I'll see. People keep comparing it to Deus Ex. I guess because it's sci-fi and it's an adventure. Sort of makes sense. The connection makes sense on paper anyway. Any idea which path you'll do? Now, my colleague at work asked me that yesterday. He's like, oh, the game has 3 paths. Which one are you going to pick? I'm like, I don't know. I've been staying as in the dark on this game as possible. He said there's like a melee class, then there's like a gunner class, and then there's like a research class. Was basically how he described it to me. And I'm thinking, probably the melee class. I do like being shooty, but I don't know. I kind of like the idea of being like a samurai. And if there's a samurai class, I'd probably really enjoy that. I guess the game will tell me, right? It'll come up and say, which class do you want to be? And here's their perks. And I'll probably make the decision then. But as of right now, I guess I'm sort of teetering towards the melee class. Hey, if the game's as good as it should be for being in development for 6 to 8 years, maybe I'll do multiple playthroughs. He said, what about the research class? I said, you know, that strikes me as the class that once you've played through the game as the other two, to get the money out of the game, you play that one. Of course he can make that jump. I meant to drop onto the police van. I'm surprised that didn't set off a car alarm. I was definitely heard. That's for sure. Yes! I finished it last night. Great fun. Very good ending, bittersweet in some places, other people getting their just desserts. It's good. There's not really much room for a sequel, based on the ending. But there's definitely one loose end that needs to be wrapped up. So there might be another game to wrap that up. There's definitely someone who didn't get their repercussions that needs to. But yeah, it was a very, very, very good ending, and I enjoyed the game immensely. And just in time for Cyberpunk as well.
Good evening, sir. Can I show you to a table?
No. But you can show me to the boss.
He's behind there.
Yakuza Kiwami. Nice. Enjoying it so far?
Oh, good man. Is there some way I can be of service?
I'm looking for a man.
Is that an Aussie
What
accent?
kind of man?
Your kind of man. Someone who preys on the helpless, sees the world as corrupt, and wants a piece of it.
You know me too well, James. How on earth did you find me?
Well, if you turn over enough rocks in enough cities, you're bound to be under one of them.
You know they ran me out of Saigon.
Was that after or before they ran you out of Athens? Or was it Ibiza? I lost track after Johannesburg.
Can I interest you in a girl?
I'll settle for some information.
Same old James. But what makes you think I'm gonna give up Rag without some kind of compensation?
Because I know you, Silky. And I know that
Yeah, the
you don't
character
care whether
models are
Rat
fun,
lives or dies.
especially James
You
Bond,
wouldn't
because
mind
he,
having the 20% back that
he
you
really
paid
doesn't
Silky
look
for.
that good.
Rack has a
That's where a
secret
remaster, I
boathouse
think,
on
would
the
really
Chao Phraya
shine,
River.
is if they just redid all the face
But I'll
models.
bet you won't make it
They
there
could keep the
alive.
same
I'll take the
animation,
bet. Added to what you owed me
data.
from last time.
And good day to you too.
Keep the same rig, just rebuild the model around the existing rig. Maybe put a bit more detail in. And the textures could honestly do with looking a bit
There's an
more
Englishman
realistic
on
in
his way to
terms
see
of skin
Rack.
tone.
My money says he won't make it. And you know how much I hate to lose my money. Don't let me down.
So does this guy. This Silk guy looks a bit like a Japanese robot. I must say the texture work on the environments, for the most part, is very nice. But the character models, it's really obvious. The texture work is poor on the character models, but really good on the environments for when this game came out. It's pretty clear they had an excellent environment artist involved with this game, because these look honestly quite good for the time this game came out. Stealth is incredibly overpowered, though. Was I spotted? I think the James Bond music kind of gives it away. Got a real gun now, though. None of that stun gun shit. I get why. Like, we don't want James Bond shooting cops. We'll make him have a stun gun for this section. And now that we're back to armed goons, it's like, okay, yeah, no, we can give him a proper gun again. I should have really shot someone to get the achievement for killing everyone with each weapon, but I didn't shoot a single guard with that stun gun. I think now I've missed out on that achievement. Not that it matters, because I'm not playing this with achievements, so just wanted to pop by for a bit. Hey Oshio, how's it going? Cyberpunk's out. It looks a little bit less detailed than it did in the screenshots and videos, and there's some weird like pop-in glitches, as you can see. But you know, it's pretty good. It's not the open-ended like RPG that I was expecting it to be, but you know, 8 years in development, this isn't half bad. Who is it? Goons! Armed goons! Oh, you can tell we're in China. The enemies have top knots. You know, that's not at all stereotyping. Not while I'm reloading, thanks. Can't climb up there. Oh, come on, he could climb up there any other day. The hired goons bit. I don't remember that. Obviously, once I'm finished with Fresh Prince, maybe I should rewatch all of The Simpsons. Sale on now. 20 everything on this stand, 25% off. I'm good, thanks. Some places have more environment detail than others. Like, this room doesn't have a lot of a lot of detail going on. Keenan and Kel. Kel loves orange soda. Yes, I do. I do who. I remember Keenan and Kel being on TV, but that is it. That's all I remember. That, and that Kel loves his orange soda. It's the only thing I remember. Let me in! Some of this looks just, like, really lazy. You can tell they were running out of time when they got here. They really were running out of time. Cyberpunk 007. That's good. Maybe I should play Cyberpunk stealthily so I could be Cyberpunk 007. Does it play well? Oh, yeah, this plays good. It's really tight. You know, after 6 years, though, what would you expect? Every effort has been put in to integrate the tabletop experience. The Secret of Mana remake, from what I hear, it's no different to the original, which I think is why
Squad C didn't hold him. If it got through the
I think a lot of people didn't like it.
should be here any second. Keep your eyes open.
I know that on console it used to crash and hang and freeze pretty bad, but I reckon on PC it probably runs fine. So long as the game's not consistently crashing, it's got that over console. That's for sure.
Need covering fire.
They're covering fire now! They're just using the Russian enemy voices from earlier.
Keep firing.
Tabletop GoldenEye with added cartridge tilting. Yes. I'm sure everybody's seen the breakdown meme. James Bond 007, when you tilt the cartridge and the character models start flipping around. It's like, breakdown, da 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 da, spinning. Classic. Version 1.02.
Stand your ground. Here. We need support here.
What makes you think there's some dude here? Come on. Come on. Yeah, that's right. Lure him down. One more. Come on. Hey, you see me. Come and get me. Come and get me. Come and get me. Walk this way. Talk this way. Now give me your keys! Oh, they're not playing ball. I'm not here. Sir Crowned Microparticles. I like that. I think that should be the new name. For what it's worth, what was one more delay? Yes, it means a day one patch, but, you know, it meant that the game could go gold and be shipped, and then the remaining finishing touches could be put on it during that process. Yeah. Crunch isn't good in any industry, let alone in video games, where people are treated as replaceable. I get it. It's not good. But is the general public gonna care about that when there's a super brand new awesome video game to play? Really, no. I feel like I've got enough games to last me forever. Wouldn't need to buy a new game ever again, but, you know. There's at least 2 next year. 1 I've already paid for. Ugh. Yeah, movies and VFX is the same. I know people who work in the VFX industry. People who have worked on big, massive Hollywood movies. They ship out little tiny bits to VFX studios to work on. Thousands of people work on these big movies. Thousands of people working on the Harry Potters, you know. People who went out of uni, left of uni, doing multimedia, went straight into working at a VFX company, went straight on to working on feature-length movies. These little bits are just shipped out. It's very quick to have a movie that thousands of people have worked on. It doesn't take long. They go to uni, they get their degree, they get a master's degree, they roll into VFX. It's really no different than going into an office and doing an office job. The only difference is you've got a piece of paper that says you can do it. Yeah, like, it's pretty obvious when the screen goes red around the edges that you need to get to cover, but I guess they assume that all players are idiots? I mean, it's pretty obvious, right? The screen goes red. Screen goes blurry. Sound goes blurry. Get to cover, right? You don't need to be told that. It's kind of not necessary.
It's over, Rack. You're finished. I know about the kidnappings, the bioweapons, the missing researchers.
Yes.
I'll give you one last chance, Rack.
You should have quit while you had the chance.
Oh no. Game over. Credits roll. Bunker mission. Where we get put in a cell.
Welcome to your final destination, Mr. Bond. You're in Burma. Your last stop. The end of the line. The place where your sad story comes to an ugly end.
So how does it work, Rack? What do you do? Fly your kidnapped victims here and torture them until they give up their corporate secrets?
Take a very good look at this knife, Mr. Bond. It's
Nice
platinum,
knife.
encrusted with precious stones and diamonds.
Maybe that's where our bloodstone comes from.
Designed to elicit the most exquisite pain when I use it to eviscerate a man and skin him alive. You talk, Mr. Bond. You give up your secrets. Sooner or later, they all do.
James
You
Bottled.
could kill me, Rack. But MI6 will send somebody else. Either way, you're as good as dead right now.
Who plugged that phone in?
Wait,
Where's my pizza?
I'll be there as soon as I can. Get my helicopter ready. We're going to Bangkok. When I return, Mr. Bond, we're going to string you up in the yard and bring all the prisoners around to watch. After they see me cut your tongue out, it may help loosen theirs.
Escape the prison camp. Wow! Strong. Strunk. Why did they leave his watch on him? Like, don't they know that's like a spy weapon?
Jesus, it stinks down here.
Give me a gun. Yeah. If Bond could do that, why couldn't Ichi? Bond has already reached dragon status. At that point, Ichi hadn't. Ichi could probably do it now. When you say Ichi, all I can hear is Arakawa. Ichi. Don't worry, Ichi. Ichi. Be strong, Ichi. Little Ichi. That's all I can hear. They picked a good voice for him in the dub. It's so convenient that my phone and weapon were right here. Right by the door I have to hack. No, I didn't.
Seeing your children or your wives again. You belong to us. We are... Is someone there? Prisoner escaped!
What? No, I didn't. A good twist, but very soap opera. Very soap opera. It's like no different than, like, the hospital twist, if you know what I mean. If you know what I mean by that. It was that kind of twist.
There is no escape from this place. There is no way of seeing your children or your wives again. You belong to us. We own your body, your spirit, your mind, and you will tell us what we want to know, or rack tonight will be the last thing you heard. There goes Mr. Rat.
I am great James Bond. I am best James Bond. UMP? Mmm. I can't believe this works. Beg your pardon. Forgot to knock. Well, yeah, I'm not going to say anything about that post-credit scene, but there was something missing from that post-credit scene. And maybe I'll talk about it at some point, but there was something missing from that post-credit scene that we needed, that we didn't get. But I won't talk about it because Keshi hasn't seen it yet. Overall, was it a satisfying ending for 70 hours of playtime? Yes, it was a satisfying ending for 70 hours of playtime. Could it have been a better ending? Yes. We could have had a better ending. But for the most part, I was happy and I enjoyed. I'm satisfied with how it all turned out. Even if it doesn't allow much wiggle room for a sequel, there is one loose end that needs to be dealt with.
Alpha Squad, check the river.
But when you've got one loose end that needs to be dealt with, you know, that can be dealt with in story DLC, you know?
No sign of him in the prison yard. He's definitely left the area. If you spot the escapee, do not shoot. We need him alive.
Are you crazy? You heard what the guy did in Bangkok.
threat.
If I see him, I'm taking him down. I'm not reading you.
Hostile contact!
I do not read you.
Hostile contact. You want some? Here I am. Well, they did ask for it. There's a certain somebody that we don't know what happened with them at the end of the game.
We've got to stop him.
That definitely needs to see the repercussions of their actions. But that could easily be done in some manner of story DLC. It wouldn't need to be done in a sequel necessarily. So I'm not sure how you'd make a 70-hour sequel out of dealing with that one character. And there's something that a character should have mentioned at the end of the game that they didn't. They had the perfect opportunity for some closure, and they didn't bring it up. But apart from that, overall, a very satisfying ending. I enjoyed immensely. And my view is, if you're a Yakuza series fan, don't let the turn-based combat throw you. It's a masterpiece. It's every bit an entry in the series. And if you're a real Yakuza fan, you will play it. Absolutely. 100%. That is my opinion on Like a Dragon. Don't let the combat system fool you. It's still a Yakuza title through and through. I don't know, man. I'm Camp Kasuga at this point, you know? Kiryu's great and all, but, you know, his story's done. There's still plenty of adventures Kasuga could get up to. He could run for governor again. That'd be interesting. I still think the game I suggested last night that, you know, I'm not going to mention because, again, Keshi hasn't seen the ending of the game, so I don't want to spoil anything. But I suggested a horror game last night that the developers could create. That basically seems like the perfect next step for one of the game's characters. Stop looking this way. Turn around. I think there's a great horror game experience we could have. Dead Souls is interesting because we learned the other day from the Yakuza anniversary event that it wasn't originally going to be zombies, that Dead Souls was going to feature aliens instead. Could you just imagine a Yakuza title where you're shooting down xenomorphs? Yeah, because when I made the suggestion about the game, it was before we knew for a fact that something had happened to a certain character. But that's okay, we could just have it set before that thing happens to the character. A tank ordered Mexican Coke. Yeah, the way I see it, right? On Twitter today, there was a tweet, and it was like, you have to marry the last character you played as in a video game. And I'm like, I don't know, it could be worse. Billionaire. Owner of a company worth billions that doesn't skim off the top of his company. Doesn't skim off the top of his company. You know, all the money he has, he earned fair. That knows the meaning of family and the value of family. who's honest, loyal, yeah, fiercely loyal. And if someone tried to hurt you, he'd be right there in a second to put him straight. Sounds to me like pretty good husband material. Ah, from Control. I would like to play through Control. I'm a fan of Remedy's work. I enjoyed Max Payne and I enjoyed... It's not on PC Game Pass though, so... Ah, fair enough. It's not on Game Pass, full stop. Well, it's definitely not on PC Game Pass. Dragon Quest 11 just hit PC Game Pass, which is pretty neat. I've made thumbnails for it. I don't know if I'd ever actually get round to streaming it, but I've made thumbnails for it. Might get around to it. Control with ray tracing. Yeah, I spec'd my system around playing Control with ray tracing. So my choice of graphics card was based on the specs required for Control. That's how I spec'd up my PC. Pre-built computers with Ubuntu installed. I don't know, man. Yeah, I haven't seen much of Quantum Break. I heard that Quantum Break wasn't exactly incredible. You know, every studio that puts out the bestest games. I didn't mean to do that. Every studio that puts out the bestest games, you know, has a weak game or two in their library. You know. Well, that was a waste. Not every studio can put out a big hit again and again and again and again. I'd be willing to give Quantum Break a go, though. Especially now I've got a PC that will be able to run it just fine. Yeah, that's right, come here. Stupid moron. Don't you know I'm insta-kill melee Bond? Oh, dumbass. Dumbass, dumbass, dumbass. Alexander Dumbass. Really? Really? Are you stupid? Are you stupid? Oh man! This AI, it's Dumas. Yes, indeed. I can thank good old Stephen King for teaching me that it's Dumas. so glad there's all these grenade launchers here. Otherwise I wouldn't have been able to take out that APC. He was the key to letting you know it was Duma. Which book was that? The Shawshank Redemption? Where was there a key in Shawshank Redemption? Oh, Duma key. Right, okay. I didn't know about that. Oh. Creme Quay.
Out of my way!
Oh no! Bond's gonna die. Yeah, it should have been a level. Should play like Star Fox with you flying through rings. Good luck. But Bond survived that. Somehow. It's an FMV and the textures on the plane are so bad. Of course they charge you £5 for delivery. If it's a 20-minute drive, get someone to drive you there. Oh wait, no, I remember. You can't. He's bonded to life. It's like a super glue. Bonds instantly. Money and time is what we don't have. Step right up!
No, please!
It's time, you know! Do the Mario! Got him. Just like that. Yeah, I get that free shipping when I can. Amazon knows that. That's why they bumped it up to 20 quid. Assholes. I shot him in the head with multiple bullets. You know, it's... Aww. Dog's running around in the snow. Aww, you have snow. I'm major jealous. I love snow. I love freezing my ass off. It's really hit me that we haven't had a Bond game this whole generation. That there was no Bond game for Xbox One and PlayStation 4. And they're not really backward compatible either, are they? We've gone a whole generation without a proper Bond game, and it hurts. I'll develop a Bond game. I'll do it. Get me a studio. Get me, ooh, I don't know, id Tech. We'll make a Bond game. Get to cover. I'm in cover. How many films came out in that time? 1? Spectre, right? id Tech is a fantastic engine, and I think in the hands of people who know how to use it, Skyfall had a game. Well, there was Skyfall content for 007 Legends. There was a Skyfall mission. So we've sort of had Skyfall content. Okay, I've come to terms with the fact I can't shoot this guy. So why give me a sniper rifle with infinite ammo if I'm not meant to kill him? Yeah, because not even focus aim is working. So obviously I'm not meant to kill him. Or maybe I'm meant to shoot another part of the plane. Shootable. Okay. Smartphone tells me he's shootable. Which part? Well, that's where I'm aiming. Seriously? You serious? You serious? Can you headshot him? I tried. He was moving too much. This reminds me of, like, bosses in arcade games that are deliberately awkward. Try and get you to waste your quarters. You are hurt. I hurt myself today. Could have really used them grenades, yo. Could have really used those grenades. Maybe use the mouse blade for this. The issue is that he's moving. Like, for real. How do I aim? What's the aim button? Q? No. Cheers. Mouse wheel. Shift. Tab. Shift. Control. Right click ain't doing anything. I think it's because I've got use controller enabled. Look, I am shooting that guy right in the face. Shooting that guy right in the face. Maybe the game wants me to go right through the shield. Yeah. If I shoot at him... Get bugged out. I'm not so sure. I reckon the game's like shootable, but in fact it's not. And I have to go like over here and do something. So the game's like shootable, but it's not actually shootable. Bravo. Game was rushed. What can I say? It says shootable, but it's not. Don't call it shootable if it's not, mate. Ah, the right stick. Okay. It's okay. We got past it. Maybe the crane is like a prefab that they bought to save development time. You're still alive! Fuck you. Find a lift. Game development is interesting sometimes. I think it was this year or late last year, the prototype for the sequel to Section 8, what's it called? Section 8 Prejudice or something? The beta for that was leaked online. The game has a completely different story, but the levels are the same. So they built the levels first and then started writing the story around the levels. Such a peculiar choice. The prototype's interesting because there's one guy doing all the voices in the cutscenes and they're poorly animated. Entire sections of the plot are different. This was a bad move. Sometimes game development can be like that. You make the levels first, then you build the story around the levels. Other times, the story is the first thing that gets, you know, completely sorted.
Good. Fall back to the others. Delta team, finish your sweep and head up the spillway.
It's fascinating sometimes, the order in which things get finished in the game. Some games you just find areas that are completely empty looking. And you find out that that was the place that was done last. So all the levels are, those levels are sparse, and you know there's not enough items and texture detail in them. In some games you'll notice that the last levels in the game look really bare compared to the early ones. It's like, I know which level was finished last. But, you know, going to college and studying video game development, that sort of thing ruined the magic of video games for me. Like, I haven't really been able to enjoy video games since that, because knowing how things work in video games is like taking the magic away. Playing Astro's Playroom on PS5 is the first time in forever that I have played a video game and it feels like magic. I can't explain how anything works. Those lightning fast load times. The resistance in the controller triggers. The crazy vibration inside the controller. I can feel exactly where everything is. The speakers. I play that and it's like the magic is back. Studying video games like ruined video games for me. You know, oh, he's gonna spawn here. It's the level of distance. It's the render detail. What we do is cause an overflow. The collision here is wonky. You know, it's just... I like to peek behind the curtain. I like to see how things work, yeah. I like to see the wizard in the details. But there's a certain point where that has made me like lose the magic. Makes it magical to you to see how it all works. I guess that's one way to look at it. I guess it never occurred to me that it might... that in itself might be magical. That we can learn all the details by taking games apart. Of course, old games that had to fit everything in a certain amount of RAM. How the original Crash Bandicoot had to have its levels stored in a certain format so it could stream the level as you were running around in it. Because otherwise the PS1 just wouldn't have been able to cope. Yeah, I guess there is a magic to a really good bit of coding. Can seem pretty magical in and of itself. What Naughty Dog did with the original PS1 is nothing short of incredible. Storing the levels in a streamable format and just loading in the chunks as you run through. Really quite clever. I remember watching an interview with a member of the Crash Bandicoot dev team at Naughty Dog, and he said, you know, Sony gave us this book on how all the stuff worked, and we looked at it and we decided that that it would work better if we did it another way. So we rewrote their libraries to let us do all this crazy shit. They made that system do things that Sony didn't think was possible. And then the later Crash games, you know, just built upon that. More detail. More quality. Yeah, Soul Reaver. Being able to switch between the two worlds as you go between, like, the world of the dead and the world of the living. Just being able to like teleport back to the dead world at any time. It's pretty impressive for the time it came out. I played Soul Reaver on the Dreamcast, and really all that was different was the quality of the graphics. The game played just as well on either platform. I have a newfound respect for Soul Reaver, knowing that, you know, folks that worked on the Legacy of Kain series went on to make Eternal Darkness. That's pretty cool to me. Yeah, Crystal Dynamics, but the world itself and the original Legacy of Kain, Dennis Dyack, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure about this. Dennis Dyack. Is video game designer, writer, director, and producer. Directed Blood Omen: Legacy of Kain. So he was the one that created the universe of Legacy of Kain, from which Soul Reaver was spawned. So knowing that people who worked on Legacy of Kain were connected to... the people who worked on Eternal Darkness were connected to... Too Human. Yeah, what a way to go. One of these days I'll play Too Human and see if it's as bad as everyone says. Probably plays quite well on it. I remember buying a copy of Too Human on Xbox 360 for £2 and thinking, that's the best I'll ever pay for it. And then they released it for free digitally. I'm like, well, I guess the best I'll actually pay for it is free. Is that what caused the problems? That they didn't pay for the Unreal engine? Because it was a disagreement with Unreal, right? That caused all the legal problems with Epic. Was I wrong? Ah, so they were still using Unreal Engine 3. Despite the fact they'd cut ties. Right, and that's what led to all the legal shenanigans. Which, of course, ended Silicon Knights. They lied about using it! Oh my god! Come on, we live in an age where people can get game files and take them apart, right? You can't hide if you're using something. In this day and age, people could just take the game files and reverse engineer them. You can't hide anything. Like I said, the magic is gone. You can't say, oh yeah, it's not Unreal Engine when it is. People will know. People can tell. Oh, come on, Bond can jump that. Okay, maybe not. Author comments. Oh god, so there were lines of Unreal Engine, like, comments and red herrings in the code. So they didn't even check for red herrings. That's the first thing you do as a code author. Is you stick red herrings in your code. That's funny to me. That's funny to me. Oh, man. I'm starting to think that they deserve all the legal ramifications that they've received at this point. Because, wow. That's just bad. How did you end up doing that? Silicon Knights dropped Nintendo because of the Wii. Then they said, oh, we'll make an Eternal Darkness sequel for the Wii U. That never happened. And now they've been working on a mobile game, a MOBA or whatever, that there's been no actual progress on in like 2 years. But they're still selling merchandise for it. They're still trying to crowdfund this crappy MOBA they've been working on. For mobile. Please don't spawn any more snipers, because there's no guarantee I can kill them fast enough. Fuck! You! Oh man. I probably would be a better shot if I had a mouse. I know those shots were colliding. Come on. Don't be a dick because you were rushed. Bullet magnetism. I will admit, there isn't much of an auto-aim in this. It's almost refreshing. I've played far too many games that go, ah, here, you know, you meant to shoot him, so... you know, we'll guide your bullets a little. This doesn't have that, which is actually kind of refreshing. There's a certain point where games making you feel powerful by guiding your bullets is good, then there's a point where it gets too much.
Still think you're doing the right thing, Mr. Bond? What about Tedward?
Yeah, a few pixels, a little bit of correction.
Did you succeed?
This doesn't have any.
Did you save them?
Which is kind of nice. No, I'm not. No, I didn't. Good. No. Oh, come on. You mean I can't cover up against that wall? I can cover up against most of the other walls. Does that one not have, like, cover enabled?
What about Tedward and Ping? Did you succeed with them? Did you save them?
Yeah, shotgun right to the face. I kind of deserve that.
Stay alert! Cover me!
Oh, come on. Last time, you were easy. I guess this time you're not going to be as easy. Ugh. Right. Gonna take a different approach. A messy approach.
Still
messy
think
approach
you're doing
time.
the right thing, Mr. Bond. What about Tedward and Ping? Did you succeed with them? Did you save them? Fire now!
Quantum of Solace PS2. So that was a third-person shooter, right? That version also released on the Wii. I'm tempted to give it a shot.
Did you succeed with them?
We will have awful motion controls, though, I'm sure. But I have a fully functional Wii emulation setup now, including support for real Wiimote and Nunchuck. Maybe I'll play through Quantum of Solace PS2. See how it fares. I've already got a few Wii games planned going forwards. there's one Wii game I absolutely love that I want to share with everyone. A little game called Another Code R, which is just friggin' great. An adventure title published by Nintendo in Europe and Japan. Didn't reach America. Oh, Judgment. Yeah, I really like Judgment. Judgment had character designs by the Death Note dude, which was pretty cool. Seeing Alucard and Richter Belmont as these like incredibly effeminate looking anime dudes.
The longer it takes for them to capture you,
just
the slower I will make your agonizing death.
the more ridiculous the characters looked, the more hilarious it was to me.
I beat you once before, Mr. Bond. I'll happily do it again.
That's definitely a game that could do with a... Yeah, Alucard was always very feminine. From his mother's side. Probably. Do not hate humans, for theirs is already a hard lot. Do I even need to worry here? Alright, this one I do. The whole point of blind fire is I'm supposed to be invincible. That's how every other video game handles blind fire, you little fuck. Why is James Bond gotta be different? Oh, Red Steel 2 is a masterpiece. Straight up, I will stake that claim all the way to the grave. Uncharted can kiss my ass. Better pucker up, because there's a lot of it to kiss. Oh, they're over there. Okay. Weapon. Oh, it's just more shotgun ammo. I kind of don't need shotgun right now. Shotgun's too much. You know what, actually... Bond can stealth... Bond can snipe with the shotgun. In this game. You can snipe with it. It's actually a pretty good shotgun.
Why do you do this, Mr. Bond? Why risk your life for a country who will deny you ever existed? Who won't even send flowers to your unmarked gravestone?
Best weapon for sniping in Doom is the Gatling gun. What is it? The first 3 shots are guaranteed to hit. So you just fire the first 3 shots over and over again, and you can kill anything from the other end of a room. Yeah. Crazy good. That's another point where the magic is gone. knowing that the first couple of hits will always hit. Come here, mate. Drugs, mate. Smugs gang. was hoping that would knock one of them out. I was hoping they were close enough.
We've wounded the hostile.
We've wounded the hostile! No, you haven't. Nah. What's wrong? Come a little closer. I like that the bullets are actual bullets in this game. Like, it doesn't feel like they're just ray trace shots. Like, it actually feels like I'm actually getting shot at with a real bullet. Even if it is just ray trace shots, it feels like bullets because of the trails. How many more are there? Come on, man. Got everybody in Burma here. Got every dude in Burma. So much for a face shield. It's one more dude. I think that's it. Where am I getting shot from? How did that happen? Dumbass. This had multiplayer, didn't it? Well, you wouldn't get slowdown on focus aims, I'm sure. Apart from Matt's, anyone's guess. On PC, weren't the servers GameSpy for this or something?
But your luck ends now.
Legends had multiplayer too, with a whole bunch of unlockable classic Bond characters. Is it possible to even survive this? Okay. All the way back here? You fucking what? Wow! Okay. What? What? Oh man. It's the end of the game. They had to put the end of the game together quickly. Didn't have a lot of time, evidently. Hitman Absolution, yeah, I must say I haven't really played that many games in the Hitman series, but I remember Absolution getting really cheap really quick, which usually is a sign that a game didn't do so hot. Either in sales or in ratings. I'm pretty sure at some point the game was even free somewhere. Like on Steam or something. Might have been a PlayStation Plus, actually. More of a stealth shooter than a spy game. An assassination game. That sounds like a good time. Sure, not very Hitman, but probably still quite fun. Hey, Johnny. Oh, you tell me about a mission editor, and my eyes light up, my ears perk up, and then it's not supported anymore. That sounds so good. I'm hidden again. You can't see me! I'm not here. He knows I'm here already. Everyone knows I'm here. I poke my head out of cover and they are immediately blasted. Snowfall, yeah. It's pretty nice. It's all fake. It's a green screen. But you knew that. Once again, the magic has been ruined. Ooh, so they give you a nice big map to set up however you like. That kind of reminds me of the goal maker in Free Skate in the Tony Hawk's games. Always enjoyed being able to place my combo letters or skate letters wherever I wanted, then challenge people to beat that or beat a score I've set. You can only use certain flatland tricks or grab tricks. I love that. I basically gave you an empty level to make whatever goals you wanted. Oh, so you play it out and then that creates the schematic that everyone else can play. That's pretty cool. That, I suppose, ensures that the mission can actually be completed before you upload it. Otherwise, you could upload a mission that could theoretically not be completed. Yeah. That's clever.
You've made it this far, Mr. Bond. But your arc ends now.
Does it, huh? Does it fuck? Fuck! Seriously!
Hopeless. No backup. No exit plan.
You can clearly die there, as evidenced by the last time. They didn't test this at all. Okay, maybe that's a bit nasty to say. I know that they were under a lot of crunch. But things like that really are supposed to get caught.
You don't stand a chance. Where are you running to, Mr. Bond?
Why are you running? Why are you running? Janky third-person shooters. I got all the time in the world for them. Oh man, 50 Cent Blood on the Sand is my jam. Unreal Engine, dedicated swear button. And Fiddy just wants a skull, man. Blood on the Sand is fantastic. I streamed it once on a birthday stream, and I was just drinking the whole time. Ewa! Ewa! I want my skull! I want my skull! Ewa! Oh. Yeah, I love me some 50 Cent Blood on the Sand. It's always a good time.
You don't stand a chance. Where are you running?
Why are you running? Why are you running? Fuck. Go banana! Go Stadia! Right, alright, calm your tits. Rack. That's your real name? Fuck. Wow, the timing on some of this is tight. Wow, this is close. Oh, checkpoint reached. Whew. Never have I been so happy to hear those words. Oh, 10 frames per second animation. This was the rough animatic and they just decided to use it. Katana Zero. If that's the game I'm thinking of, that looks great. Is that the game I'm thinking of? No. It's the game I'm thinking of.
Bond, help me.
No.
You had your chance, Rack.
Please, save me. I'll tell you everything. I'll tell you who
Ghost
I'm working
Runner.
with.
Ghost Runner's the thing I'm thinking of.
Too late.
That's very, very
I already
cyberpunk.
know.
He just walks away, lets him fall. Oh shit. Oh. Wow. Amazing. It just flew. Just went pew. And then I got hit with a grenade launcher anyway.
Sales of 8.4 million euros last year. The owner, a British industrialist named Simon Porter, has developed a proprietary solar panel technology using a new kind of monocrystalline silicon wafer enhanced with copper indium diselenide to bring the cost of electricity down to less than €1 per kilowatt hour.
Interesting. Have we inquired whether there's a market for this technology?
Our contacts in North Korea have already said they'd pay handsomely for it.
And Mr. Porter? He lives in London.
Yes, but you should be aware that the Ministry of Defense has expressed interest in the company, which could bring MI6 into it, if we go ahead with Porter as our next target.
I appreciate your concern, but I don't think MI6 is going to be a problem anymore. Yes?
This just came for you.
Thank you. So then, we are all agreed that he's our next target.
What is it? Is something wrong?
No. Nothing. I have to leave. The meeting is adjourned.
Don't tell me Joss Stone is the real antagonist of the game, because that'd be great. Please let me shoot Joss Stone. She is! Amazing! It's time to die, Nicole. MI6 won't be a problem anymore. punches hole in the wall. You sure about that? In the video games, in the movies. I'm just surprised the roads are so empty right now. This is rush hour. There should be queues for miles. That's a great idea for a Bond movie to turn the stereotypes and the cliches on its head. To have like the car chase roll into rush hour and then everyone be in the queue. Like, Bond, why don't you just get out and pop him? He's right there. That's not how we do things. No, don't get 200 meters away, I'll fail. Yes, the next Bond is a lady. And I'm of the opinion I'll see the movie before I pass judgment. Like the idea of a Bond movie where they get caught in a traffic jam. They just sort of got to stand there. Just got to wait there in their car. Can't we do anything about this traffic? I can't handbrake or brake to save my life in this game. I don't know what the buttons are, because it's all keyboard prompts. Just hold every button on the controller and hope that it'll work. No, 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 no. Ah! Well, yeah, that's definitely how it comes across, right? What's the next franchise that we can piggyback off? I mean, come on, make a movie series based on No One Lives Forever. It's a James Bond parody to begin with. There's no collision on that wall. Yeah, another MI6 agent. Maybe have Bond in there. But to make a new 007 that's female just feels like it's just there to tick a box. I feel like whoever is involved with that movie would, you know, that maybe they'd have that stain on their career forever. I was the female Bond because we needed to have a female Bond, not because of what it means. Nuts. Well, balls. I still did it. What is this level? I did have a guide up on the laptop, but the laptop's off. I think we go back to Monaco, don't we, for the ending? So I guess we're in Monaco. Unless there's another chapter after this. Yeah. I like to have a guide on hand just so I know how far through a game I am. Because it helps me pace how many streams to do. Or how many streams it's going to take. Helps me plan the number of thumbnails for the game as well. It's okay, I hit a checkpoint. Oh, man. Maybe I should rewatch those Final Destination movies. Kind of feels like Final Fantasy, you know? Like, what's the point after the first one? I know that characters got away with avoiding their death, so death would come after them, right? But I very much doubt there's anyone left from the original Final Destination cast. I'm sure death has caught up with all of them at this point. What was the original, like, concept? They were all supposed to die in a plane crash or something, and then they avoided it. So then, death came after them. That's the general story, right? Or is something along those lines? I never actually watched the films, so I just got to go by what I've heard. It's over, Nicole! It's over, Nicole!
Nicole, stop! Don't move!
Hello, James. Fancy meeting like this?
Drop the gun. Move away from the railing. Nicole, drop the gun!
Or what? You'll shoot me?
I'd prefer to bring you back alive, but it makes no difference to me.
When did you figure
It's over, Nicole!
It's not important.
I have the high ground!
Why? Why did you do it?
There was a man. A rich and powerful man. I would have done anything for him. He asked me to help him. At first it was innocent.
And then?
I thought I could prove myself by destroying Pomerov's operation.
You did it for love?
No. You of all people should know. I didn't want to grow old, alone, and poor.
Who? Who is it?
It won't make a difference.
I want a name.
You don't understand. He's everywhere. He's bigger than you, bigger than MI6, bigger than everything. And he's watching us, right now. There is no...
It's me!
Nicole, down! Get down!
Just Stone loves me! Oh no.
Bond? Are you there?
Bigger than this, bigger than you, bigger than us.
Yes, I'm here.
Bigger me.
We've been concerned about you, 007. What happened?
I'm fine, Em. But I think you're gonna need a new contact in Monaco. If you need me, you know how to reach me.
If you need me,
Bond
you
out.
know where I am. I'll be with the body. Oh my god, the way he's walking up to her and everything. Oh, I was kidding. James Bond will return. Somehow I doubt that. Oh. That was good, man. I enjoyed that immensely. I'm sure I'm going to get content ID'd up the wazoo for this. Actually, the Bond games so far have been very good in terms of content ID. But this sounds like the original theme, so this will get flagged. Look at all these wonderful people that made this game a possibility. Thank you, everybody. I try not to skip credits. One, I don't want to miss post-credit scenes. Two, I think everybody deserves their moment in the spotlight, and if the game is bad, they deserve their moment in the spotlight. From Russia was that visceral? I remember enjoying From Russia with Love a lot. Really bad Sean Connery impression, but that was a fun game. It really was a fun game. I remember enjoying that quite a lot. I played it on PlayStation 2 back in the day. About to set up Xbox Dev Mode. Apparently it's really simple on the Xbox Series X and Series S. And I'll buy a license if it means I can install a whole bunch of emulators. It's tempting. It's tempting. I got my PS5. I'm happy with my PS5 at the moment. Not really all that fussy. They actually got Sean to voice Bond. Why did it sound like such a bad sound-alike? Who's messaging me? It's my brother. Right, okay. Maybe because he was getting old, he sounded like a sound-alike. Seriously? Likeness in voice? I'm surprised. They actually got him. Sounded like a sound-alike. I remember, yeah, the rest of the cast is all sound-alikes. He sounded like a sound-alike. Wow, okay. He said, "As an artist, I can see this as another way to explore the creative process. Video games are an extremely popular form of entertainment today, and I'm looking forward to seeing how it all fits together." Good man. Too soon. Fuck you, 2020. Are they just gonna loop this music? The credits haven't looped, have they? Dun 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 dun. 2 hours of streaming. 2 hours. Ugh. It's about time for lunch. Credits are still going, but the music has looped. Okay. They couldn't afford any other music. You know, they wrote a song for this game. And it's great. Why aren't they playing it? Gun licenses, car licenses. We would have had to pay the rider more. Oh, I could see that being the case. That's the thing. You say it as a joke, but I can see that being the case. This is Activision after all. Oh God, it's still going. Activision music department. This game was made on a budget, yeah. I can see that. Having played through it, I can see that. But it's pretty good. Just imagine how much better it would have been. Music affairs. Is that like when the tenor goes out with the soprano and the conductor doesn't know about it? QA testers on the night shift. Imagine waking up in the middle of the day and having to go to work to play James Bond all night. Dude, where do I sign? Game? It struggled there for a second. What charmed lives these QA testers lead. I know a dude that does QA. I don't know if he still does do QA, but he was QA on Aliens Colonial Marines. He was telling me that they had this big list of complaints, and then Sega looked at it and went, nope! It's funny. QA on FIFA 20 and 21. Dude, that's awesome. Hi, Beans. We're making sure that everybody gets their just desserts. Testing ones for Flockers. I remember Flockers. I've never played Flockers though. My buddy in Cyberpunk sat down in a chair and it started floating in the air. Oh my god. I need to start playing Cyberpunk pronto. I haven't done any proper, like, paid testing for any commercial games. I've done some closed beta, but, you know, that's about it. I've done some testing for some indie stuff. People that I knew who were developing games. I did some QA for a game called Life in the Dorms, which was released on Xbox Live Indie Games. I did some QA for a game called Pizzarian, which was released on Steam. I've done little bits here and there, but the only paid testing I've ever done was some server stress testing for my brother's employer at the time. Cyberpunk stream is good. Yeah, this game was great. It's the best. It was the best Cyberpunk game I've played yet. Cyberpunk is all ready to go for tonight, and then maybe the VGAs? Maybe? I'm thinking I might pop to the shops this afternoon and pick up, like, a crate of Monster. I haven't settled yet. I haven't settled on doing the VGAs yet, but I'm thinking about it. I'm considering it. If I start drinking in the afternoon, then by the early morning, I'll be wide awake anyway. Got some plum wine with my name on it. Maybe I'll have a plum wine with my lunch. Still going. Wine in a box. That's the way you do it. Drink wine from a box. My wine isn't in a box though. It's in a glass bottle. Matt, it's an emergency. Can you come into work? We'll pay you double. Yeah, sure. How? Just one question. How sloshed is too sloshed? long ass list of tortured souls, and it's still going. Richard Jakes! Used by permission. Uh-oh. This'll get content ID'd up the wazoo. This whole credits. Whee! We did it. Oh! James Bond 007 Bloodstone. That's another game down in Bondage month. I mean, BONDage month. Good. So, this came the other day. Just reach out into the cold of the winter. Totally not fake looking at all. This arrived the other day. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rip this to an ISO and then see if it will boot up in RPCS3. If it doesn't, I then have the choice of playing this on my PS3 at 30 frames per second, 1080i or whatever. It's going to look ugly, and it's going to play ugly. Or I can emulate the Nintendo Wii version with my Wii sensor bar, nunchuck, combo, hello, camera, focus. Here I am. Hello. 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 Woo! With my Wii and nunchuck combo. Play the Wii version on Dolphin. Now, the difference between the Wii version and this version is about 9 layers of texture and polish. But I'll settle with... Whoa, yeah, the blizzard! Woo! I'll settle on playing it without excellent textures if I can get it to play fine. Hopefully, this will boot on the emulator and we'll be fine. If it doesn't, I'll see how it performs on the PS3 and then I'll make a judgment call on how playable it is and how presentable it is on Livestream. Because, of course, the presentability of a game is important. As far as I'm aware, GoldenEye Reloaded never made it to PC. Legends did, but Reloaded did not. So I either have to settle on emulating it or playing it on console. But I'm okay with either. Okay, so thank you very much, everybody, for joining me. I'm going to take a break now to get some lunch. Think about maybe eating some food. And now Chrome is only using 30% of my CPU. But earlier it was being a piece of crap. Anyway, I'm going to go get some lunch. Maybe have a glass of plum wine with my dinner, because it's nice. And then Cyberpunk, I've got that set for like 9 o'clock or something. It'll be whenever I'm fed and prepared and everything's good. So we'll probably go live well before then with Cyberpunk. So, you know, maybe in like an hour, 2 hours or so. Maybe once I've taken care of everything else. So thank you very much, everybody, for joining me. Until next time, eat well, sleep well, and shit well. I'll see all you guys a little bit later on. Another game down. Bye-bye.